Morning, guys. Good morning, everybody. Wow, this morning sounds nice and crisp. Yes, yes, yes. This morning sounds like a nice morning. Well, every morning that we are vertical, is a nice morning. So, good morning, guys. How is everybody doing this Saturday morning? How are you doing? Good to see you all. Blessings to you all. Thank you all so much for popping in, hopping in, dropping in. However it is, pushing in, however it is, y'all are gonna go. You all are coming in. I appreciate you all. I definitely appreciate you all. I know it is early for some people, but it's the right time for me because you see, after I have worked a couple of nights and me get tired, I'm asleep, I'm wake up. Yeah, wake up. Take a nice cold shower. Yes, my showers got to be cold, people. When you ask me, Trev, and a 30 degrees will make your shower have to be cold. People, if you reach my age and going through what I am going through, see there? All the window wide open. And it is 30 degrees out the door. Yes. Me not telling you what me going through, but those who know. Right, baby? Claudia and Akoma, Eric, AG's in the place. Bless up your nice clean self, AG. Sister Winsome, are you that? How you doing? How you doing? Good to see you all, guys. Happy Saturday to you all. Michelle, bless up yourself. Good to see you. Yeah. So we never read the Bible too morning now. Yeah, I don't know how the thing go. How about that then? Nico, what's up? Yeah, me never read too yes, so you know me, I go through. Lord of mercy, child, I tell you, 30 degrees and I gotta have the window open and taking a cold shower. That ain't even right. Oh God. But hey, we still gotta give thanks because we are here. You know how many people don't live to reach that stage here in life? So many people did not live to reach this stage in life, so we got a lot to give thanks for. Bless up yourself, Nico. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the likes. Yeah. We do this for the love, not for the likes. I saw them say it. I saw it go. Whatever the case is, I do this for me, you, and us. All right. So, guys, this morning here, we're gonna continue with our Bible reading. Yeah, we're gonna continue. Oh, this now. It's too early now. I can't answer no text so early now, man. It's too early. Rooster no have take off him underpant. What? You can't text me so early. Too early. I say as soon as my people them see me on live, them a text me and them know some of them on live. It's not time for the texting. Not you, Wendell and Joe Bless. Yeah, guys. So for those of you who are just coming, those of you who are just discovering, oh, me wake up now. Me don't need this for my head no more. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Lego relax, right, Nico? Yeah. Yes, guys. So what you saw, him say if him can't help me with what's going on. I mean, not think so. I mean, I think nobody can help me. Just believe me. I don't think nobody can help me with all that is going on around here. But thanks for the offer anyway. Thanks for the offer. I might take you up on that some other time. But definitely not now. You know what I mean, right? Yeah, we will talk about it off the year. DJ Chemist, who that? Are you that? Bless up yourself. How you doing? How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. Who else is here? No say something about me sitting down on that. I can't do that. And Mimil and Jonas and Taya. Oh, Miss you now roll up in the place. Bless up on yourself. Thanks for the loves and the likes. Pamela, Marilyn, and the others. Yeah. Yeah, the people I'll show up themselves. I'm like that. So peaceful. Oh, so peaceful. Me like that. I like to see people playing with words. I love that. So peaceful. Ah, I love it. I love it. I love it. But anyway, guys, for those of you who are just coming, Betty, I see you. And Apple, Apple, you drop far from the tree or you drop right under the tree. Or which one? Anyway, let me see who else is here. Guys, don't forget to share the live and invite the people them to come over for the live. I know some of people come over on my early morning lives in the mornings and them come with a chip on them shoulder when them sister at the Bible may I read. Delroy, may I beg you please. Don't come with a chip on your shoulder because of the Bible may I read. God is truly amazing. Welcome. Don't come with a chip on your shoulder because of the ears of the Bible may I read. Wanna see me? All right. So for those of you who are just coming, me telling you what I do over here. First thing in the morning, read the Bible. Yeah. Why the first thing me read the Bible is because I am on a journey. Yeah. I am on a journey to read the Bible from beginning to end. Yes. What I mean by why I'm not there at work? You want me to work till me dead? You want me to work out my soul? Wallace, you want me to work out my soul case? No, sir. I have to take a break. I work Wednesday night and Thursday night. No, me have a look at you want me work? You're wicked to me. You're wicked. You're wicked to me. You want me work myself to death? No, sir, me not work myself to death. Me near at retirement right now more than working. Me almost done raise pitney. Me have no reason I run up and down. I run 3-4. I work 3-4 job. Anything I not accomplish already, it have a very short window to achieve it. So therefore, me then nearer to my grave right now than anything else. You understand? So I now work up my soul case, work myself to death. Time and a place. Right, Yolanda? Can't do that. Thank God I was able to raise my pity them that they can work and buy their own bread. So some have to reach this age and still I work and my grown children. Okay? Kim, bless up yourself. Bless up yourself. All right. So let me go back to the Bible story. So I'm reading the Bible on my own accord. You all know that the Bible is the most influential book ever to be written. And also, the Bible remains on the best-selling book for years and years and years and years. Never coming off. The Bible is supposed to be, according to how we were indoctrinated and socialized, the Bible is supposed to be our moral compass. We are supposed to follow what the Bible says. And so, because I've been given that instruction for way over 50 years now, to follow the Bible and whatever the Bible says. So I thought, hey, they tell me follow the Bible, then baptize me, then still insist that I need to follow what is in the Bible, but only ever follow something that I haven't read. When I was a teenager, for pastime, I'd read the Bible. But then though, when I read the Bible then, I didn't read the Bible with as much purpose or intent. Right, Dexter, you get me, Miss B? Yes. Mark Glenmore and Thomas Calvin and the rest of you, bless upon yourself. I hadn't read it with any much purpose. Okay? But now I decided, I'm going to read the Bible again. But this time, I want to read with a lot more purpose. And so I have decided to share that journey with you all. It's a pity I only just now started talking the journey, but I've been tubing the journey now for over 2 years. And we have been, it has been quite a journey as we have been reading the Bible. We know it's not written in chronological order because we know that it took years. It wasn't just one time somebody sat down and wrote this book. It was written over hundreds and hundreds of years. And when I say written, I don't use that word, seriously, because the Bible was not written. All right, so now gonna ask me why I say that. All right, and you see that novel here where I read? That novel here where I read named Out Comes Evil? Yeah. This novel was written totally different from the Bible. The Bible was not written. The Bible was compiled. There is a difference. Okay? The Bible was compiled. So I say that because the Bible came about from lots of ancient Jewish writings. They were later compiled and put together to create what we now know as the Bible. If you, Jackie, writes an article, you, who this now? Irie writes a document. If you, Irie, writes a document about your experience of, say, 9/11, then Lula writes a document about her life before 9/11. Then Millie writes another document about life after 9/11. And TBR writes a document and so on, and different people write different documents about their lifetime. And 100 years from now, somebody is going through all this literature and decides, you know what? I like all of these writings that are pertaining to 9/11. I kind of like them. I'm going to go through, I'm going to do a research and collect them and read them through and then create a book. So when somebody wants to read what people back then thought about 9/11, then they would have one place to come to and read several documents pertaining to it. Then you wouldn't say I wrote that novel, because certainly I would not have written it, but I would have compiled that book based on the writings of several different people. Like, a library collect the book them, and can go there, there's a collection. Yeah, that's where the word Bible come from too. So that's how the Bible is. And that is why when you read the Bible, you will find inconsistencies, because people were at different places. People had different views about their experiences. People were trying to get ahead of each other. People were trying to keep each other back. People were making these grandiose claims. Lawrence, bless up yourself, sis, bless up yourself. Good morning, good morning, good morning. People were making the most grandiose claims because they wanted to be considered more righteous, more holy. They want the people to revere them. So they were making all these grandiose claims. And in the Bible, we find that a lot of people had these grandiose ideologies, I mean, people claim to meet God themselves. People claim to talk to God for themselves. People claim that God sit down and talk with them. And then when you read the Bible for yourself, you realize that it was a lot of politics. My view, based on what I have read. If that is not your view, because of what you have been told, that is up to you. But this is my view, not on what I have been told, but what I have read. Okay? People, everybody wanted to make themselves more revered, if you understand what I'm saying. You know, and so there was politics going on because the people wanted to make themselves more believable. So everybody come up with their own story. Okay? And you find that there was a lot of infighting too amongst the Jewish people. I don't know if I ask me say why I say amongst the Jewish people. The Bible is a Jewish book. Every single author in the Bible is a Jew. The Bible is a compilation of ancient Jewish writings. The other morning when I said that, somebody in the chat was highly offended. And me not really want to tell him to go pick rocks, but I could provide him a few. You know what I mean, guys? Apparently he was offended that I said the Bible is a Jewish book. Me don't know about that offend him, so. But every single book in the Bible was written by a Jewish person. The Bible is a compilation of ancient Jewish writing. Right, Clarence? Bless up yourself. Okay? So, because I know that, I don't have to, we're not gonna argue with people if they have a differing opinion. We're not going off of just opinions these days. We're going off of facts. All right? So, if you can provide me with documentation that is going to refute that claim, then you are more than welcome to do so. But as for now, the Bible is a Jewish book written, all the books in it written by Jewish people. Their experiences, their beliefs, what they were thinking then, and the experiences they claim to have been having. Now, before me start reading this morning, I'm going to show you this. Do you see how right now the internet, we have the internet, right? And there are so many people, basically almost the whole world upon the internet. Everybody, some of us on the internet for fun. Some of us have other lives and a job. And, there are others of us who the internet is our job. So we're no longer looking forward to going to college. We're no longer looking forward to be financially independent in any other area but on the internet. Okay? So say 500 years from now, the internet is no longer around. Don't you think the internet and everything that we have done here is going to be of significant value? There are going to be people who are going to start going through and seeing, oh wow, look at what this person was doing on the internet 500 years ago. Wow, look at what happened 500 years ago. There are going to be people who are going to look back at the time when we lived and be fascinated or furious at the way we lived. And they're going to be reading what we have written. They're going to be listening to what we had said and so forth. Well, so is the Bible. Yeah. We get to read what the people back then wrote about their life. about their lives. Okay? So anyway, when some chat too much when before me start read the Bible. So when some chat too much before me start the reading, but when some me have to understand, me have to talk like a bit, you know? Yeah. And by the way, me mouth and my market. Me chat over anybody cocoa basket. Bless upon yourself, people. We are on our way to 10K. Come on, people. We're doing a great job. You know, me doing this for me, now, but not just for me. For me and Uno. Because some man can't bother with reading. Uno don't want to have to read. So I am reading for us. Okay? So, so get your book Bible or your Google Bible and come along with me and let us read together. We are currently, it called and say history, tradition, culture. Exactly. Exactly. So roll on with me, guys. Get your book Bible or your Google Bible, whichever Bible you have, and come with me. We are currently on the book of Daniel. And we didn't read yesterday or the day before. But when we last read Daniel, we read chapters 3 and 4. And I'm going to just go over a little bit of a recap on what we have discovered with Daniel so far. You know, guys, I gotta say this. We gotta read the Bible. We gotta read the Bible with intent. We can't just call the words, grab a chapter here, grab a verse here, and run. We can't do that. So we're reading the Bible with intent. In the book of Daniel, watch, I have the paper right here, something I want to do with it. In the book of Daniel, as we have read chapters 1 through 4 already, we saw where King Nebuchadnezzar has come up. He has destroyed Israel. He has taken when some say, me not read the Bible for 2 days, but me chat enough mix up. Yes, when some, you know, some have to mix up the thing. Yes, I gotta mix up the thing. Come on now. Yes, guys. So we saw where Nebuchadnezzar has come up. Nebuchadnezzar has destroyed Israel. He has taken the brightest minds. He has taken the people who are able to speak different languages, the people who are astrologers, the smart people, the people he considered to be smart. The others, they have either run for their lives or he has slain them some way, somehow. But remember, you know, don't forget, him not destroy people like Jeremiah, right? All right. Remember, say leave Jeremiah. But just want to know if you keep remembering that. Listen, win some, you want to talk about mix up. One mix up more than the Bible. Make we go and talk anyway. We have seen when Nebuchadnezzar has come up, he has destroyed Israel, he has taken the brightest minds. We're gonna just leave it there. The brightest minds, taking them down into Babylon. He has changed some of their names. Daniel was one of the brightest people. He took Daniel, you know, Daniel was able to interpret dreams and stuff, so he took Daniel as well. Daniel had his 3 friends who he journeyed with, you know, Daniel and his 3 friends. Nebuchadnezzar changed their names to the names of his gods, right? When you hear Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, those were not their original names. Nebuchadnezzar gave them those names, just like how we renamed Daniel Belshazzar. You know, that wasn't their original name. When you hear Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, Nebuchadnezzar had given them those names off of Babylonian gods. Okay? I have so much cockroaches right here, so I have a piece of paper right just then. I'm gonna know what to do with it. I think I put it on the folder here. So Nebuchadnezzar, oh, see it here. So Nebuchadnezzar claimed at that time that he had a dream. All right, guys. Somebody say I can't follow somebody sit them on the Bible because I follow somebody say in the Bible, I go ahead. Like, you know say true. But anyway, let's continue. So after Nebuchadnezzar changed the names of the people, and he had all these people down there, smart, all these smart Jewish people that he had in captivity. Nebuchadnezzar claimed to have had a dream. He said he wanted the people, the people, these wise men among the Jewish people, he wanted them to tell him what he had dreamt and give him the interpretation. Him approached the Chaldees with this foolishness. The Chaldeans say, how are we going to tell you what you dreamt and interpret it for you? That is not no action that no man, no ordinary man can do. Only God can do that. We can't tell you why you dream. Only if you look in your mind and tell you what you dreamt. If you tell me what you dreamt, then I can interpret it for you. But beyond that, I can't help you. O king. Nebuchadnezzar say, the whole of them forget dead. Now you tell me if that is not abuse of power, I don't know what is. So he must send out his men to slay all these people, because neither the Chaldeans nor the Jewish people, when having captivity, nobody can tell him what he dreamed and the meaning of it. When I'm insisting to tell him why I'm dreaming, say, "Oh, not ask me what me dream, me forget. Me no remember what me dream." So the people them say, okay, we know of a man who can interpret dream. The man was Daniel, the same Belshazzar when Nebuchadnezzar gave him name. All right, when the people them come to slay Daniel, because Daniel couldn't tell him the dream and tell him the interpretation of the dream, Daniel said, hold up. What a hurry? Why in such a hurry to slay everybody who cannot tell him the dream or understand the dream? Let me go in, go talk to him. Let me go talk to the king. So them carrying Daniel to go talk to the king. Daniel go in, talk to the king, tell the king, give him a couple days, and he will be able to tell him the dream. But guys, let me ask you something. I wrote it down right here, so I said I got ask you. Because in Daniel chapter 1, the guy, what was his name? Arioch? He told Daniel that there was a secret. So may I wonder if this secret was that he knew what the king had dreamt and him whisper and tell it to Daniel. Wait, let me find it just a few now. Let me find it. Hold on. I must say we do this together. Hold on. So. All right. They sought in a verse 13 of chapter 2. They sought for Daniel and his friends to be slain. All right. Wait. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Nobody ever said this thing about the master of the eunuchs. Yeah. So Daniel wanted to. I feel as though, I don't know, follow me. I'm not going to chapter. Go in a chapter 2. Those of you who are following me. Yeah. I could go back to chapter 2 here, so go look past something. I'm not have enough light. Verse 14. Then Daniel answered with counsel and wisdom to Arioch, the captain of the guard, which was gone forth to slay the wise men. He answered and said to Arioch, the king's captain, why is the decree so hasty? Then Arioch made the thing known to Daniel. You hear that? So Arioch made the thing known to Daniel. Which thing was Arioch talking about? In Daniel chapter 2 and verse 15. Right there, so when it says, Arioch made the thing known to Daniel, it sounds to me like Arioch knew, like King Nebuchadnezzar told Arioch what he had dreamt, and Arioch whispered and told it to Daniel. That is what I believe. That is why I think happened. Because it says here, he answered and said to Arioch, the king's captain, why is the decree so hasty from the king? Then Arioch made the thing known to Daniel. So right there, so I am going to put my neck on the block and say, Arioch told Daniel the dream. I think Nebuchadnezzar had told Arioch what he dreamt. But because Nebuchadnezzar was so wicked and wanted to drive fear in his captives, he wanted everybody to be afraid of him. That was why he told the people that he forgot the dream. But him whisper and tell the dream to Arioch. Okay? So now, Arioch whispered the dream to Daniel and told Daniel what the king tell him. So Daniel said, let me go in, go talk to him. So Daniel went in and talked to the king. The Daniel asked him to give him a few days and he will be able, give him a few days and he will be able to tell him what he dreamed. All right. Now you tell me, Mary, if you dream something, me as an ordinary person, AG as an ordinary person, everybody else here as ordinary people, can we tell you what you dream, sir? Can I as a human man and as another human being tell you what you dreamt? I cannot. Why would you all think that in the Bible an ordinary man would have been able to tell something that no other man could do? Then that person wouldn't be a man then. If you can tell the future and you can pinpoint the days and the times and the events when stuff going to happen, you're a human, and there's no human who can do that. So if you believe that Daniel was able to just suddenly have some telepathic ability where he was able to tell Nebuchadnezzar's dream just out of mind, you'd be crazy if you believe that. But anyway, I believe at this point in chapter 2, verse 15, Arioch whispered and told Daniel the dream. Arioch was one of the closest people to Nebuchadnezzar. Nebuchadnezzar loved and trusted him. So I believe Nebuchadnezzar told him the dream. So him know the rake, him know what was up. So then, after the few days the king gave to Daniel, Daniel went back and told him, not even if him is a seer, him can't tell. Him cannot tell. We don't have that ability as humans to predict when, where, and what is going to happen. In that case, a lot of people would be able to plan their lives around their death because we wouldn't know exactly how and when. Okay? So when Daniel came back to Nebuchadnezzar, Daniel told him this elaborate dream. This elaborate dream of how he is this something about great kingdom, and he's the great kingdom. Other little kingdoms are going to come up, and he's going to be the greatest, and all of this. Nebuchadnezzar loved that. He loved that interpretation because it suited his ego that he's great, mighty, powerful. Is that we are going to remain that way. You understand? All right. Somebody else says there are people who can do that. Where them there? Where are they? We never see them people there yet. I've never met. Have y'all? Pauline, have you ever met anybody who is able to accurately predict the future? I've never met anybody like that. So whenever you come across somebody like that, send them my way. I would love to meet somebody, another human being who is capable of accurately predicting the future. I've never met them yet. But anyway, Nebuchadnezzar's ego was stroked. Of course, Daniel caressed his ego and told him how powerful he was, and that's what the dream meant, and how he was going to be spread all over the world, and everybody will come and they might go bow down and they might go worship him and all these things. And oh, he was so pleased with himself. He said, wow, Daniel, that's great. That's great that you can tell me what I dreamt and interpret it at the same time. Your God that is able to help you to do that must be a powerful and mighty God. So him claim him bend down and him worship Daniel, and him give Daniel a whole lot of gifts and presents, and then him canonize Daniel to being a governor over a big province in Babylon. All right. One of the things that if Daniel did tell him something why I'm never like, he would have do all of that. So Daniel is a very smart man. Because Daniel knows say Nebuchadnezzar got an ego too big for him boots. So he knows that if he tell King Nebuchadnezzar anything that he don't like, he's going to still order Arioch and the rest of them to slay them. So Pauline, come off of my page. Come off of my page. You understand me? Tandy talk about say me no make sense. Me no make sense because you don't read your Bible. That's why. That's why that's why you come here with your foolishness. You don't make you are not the first. A lot of y'all don't like when people talk about the Bible because for some reason you all seem to have this fear. You seem to have this fear that when somebody have the audacity like myself to question the Bible, to read the Bible for ourselves and highlight the inconsistencies that is in the Bible, you feel offended because you feel afraid. And I really do pity you, because if you have been given a book to read and to follow, yet you have not read the book for yourself to determine its contents and the relevance of its contents to you, then Paulina, you got a problem and me cannot help you. I am reading this book for myself. All right, somebody tell them something when they was 22 and it came to pass. Me not say that is not true, you know. There are certain experiences of the human that is going to be what can't say, let us pray for daughters. Let us pray for daughters. Well, you can pray. You can pray for whatever it is you want. That's up to you. There are certain human experiences that transcends humanity that we are going to experience. There are things like love and hurt and pain, and there are lots of things. If somebody tell you, oh, you're going to live to be 40 years old, that to me is not a prediction. If somebody says to me, you're going to die after 40, that to me is not a prediction. Predictions to me are specifics with dates and times. Yeah, give me something specific. No human being not able to do that. You understand? That is just my view. No human being not able to give you no specifics of dates and times of what is going to happen to me, to you, to them, or to anybody else. Even if I find somebody with that ability, make me know. Why some people make pastor take them money for them own self, because them believe too much. I tell you, that is true. When it comes to, you know, the pastors are going to church, and so people believe whatever pastor tell them. And me with my audacious self now, coming to read the Bible for myself and sharing it with you all, and me are the problem. And me are the enemy. Because me too bright. Eh. That this one want to come tell me now, me too bright for come with my audacious self. I come read the Bible for myself and sharing it with y'all. Me too bright. Okay. Well, I'm not going somewhere else. I'm going on mega pastors, on motivational speakers. Yeah. And I'm going to go give them money. Yes, that's true. Me too bright. You understand? So anyway, so after Daniel tell him the dream and interpreted the dream for him, he liked that. And he canonized Daniel, make Daniel be the governor. And I me say it, you know. And sometimes I tell me, girl, come off of my page. Or boy, whoever you be. But anyway, yeah. So he gave Daniel all these gifts and he made Daniel to be the governor over a large province in Babylon. Daniel asked if Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego could be his right-hand men, and Nebuchadnezzar agreed. Okay? Later on, Nebuchadnezzar made a decree the people should worship. He made a new decree about how the people should worship. The chatty mouth people them come tell him, say, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, those were Jews, they did not bow down to this image that he had erected. Remember him erect that image and tell the people them, say, everybody must bow down to this image? Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they weren't the only people who did not bow down to the image. There were lots of other people who did not bow down to the image. But Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were brought up to him as having offended him by not having bowed down to this image. He said they should be thrown in the fire. And me says sign of people of the Bible. Nebuchadnezzar says, fling them in the fiery furnace that is 7 times hotter than hot. Yes. He ordered his men to get Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and throw them in this fire. The fire was so hot that even the men who held these 3 men and brought them close to the fire to throw them in, these men were scorched to death. I saw the fire hot. While the 3 men were in the fire, they said they saw 4 people walking around in the fire. And the 4th person, according to Nebuchadnezzar, the 4th person looked like the Son of God. No. My question is, at that time, when that story was written, according to what we have been told, right? When that story was written, according to the Bible, Jesus hadn't come yet. How did Nebuchadnezzar at that point know what the Son of God looked like to even mention that the fourth person looked like the Son of God? That's my question. May I try to find the answer? I can't find the answer. I know when we throw this out there to the entire world, I know that there are some religious zealots who got the answer for me. So I want, remember, I read this for learn, you know, guys. I read this for learn, for grow. I want you to learn and grow with me. This is my journey, and I'm sharing it out loud so you can see when we stumble, when we fumble, when we get a eureka moment. Yes, that's why I'm doing this out loud. Because I know someone don't want to bother read. Who can be bothered with reading the Bible? It's too big and thick and heavy and 66 books and confusing and all of that. Who wants to be bothered? Yeah, we don't want to be bothered with reading for ourselves, right? So if somebody, and I mean somebody who has reasonable conversation skills, not some lunatic who is going to come and be angry because I say something with which you don't agree. I know that Christians in particular get very offended when somebody is audacious enough to question what they believe in. You understand? And that is why I say religion is the most divisive institution ever. It's very divisive. You know, some people don't even want to talk about it because they don't want people to get angry at them. But you know what, I don't really care. If you want to get angry, you get angry. You know, for your anger. You know, the Bible talk about God's anger and fury. That's most of what it talks about in the Bible. So if you think say you are God's child and you are close to God, and that is the behavior that you exhibit, you wouldn't be too far. The apple wouldn't fall too far from the tree. So anyway, Winsome say me chat too much. From when me tell Winsome I'm gonna start chapter 5 and 6, I know me not start yet. But anyway, me gonna start now. Me gonna start right. Me gonna start right now. Daniel chapter 5 and 6. Get in the book Bible or Google Bible, whichever one, and come and quick talk. When you don't find the answer for me as to why Nebuchadnezzar said the fourth person in the fire looked like the Son of God, you let me know. All right? Maybe as I continue reading the Bible, I might find the answer, but me know that someone don't have the answer already. All right. So chapter 5 of the book of Daniel. Nebuchadnezzar the king made a great feast for 1,000 of his lords and drank wine before the 1,000. Belshazzar. Now, remember who is Belshazzar, right? Belshazzar is Daniel. All right. All right, Winsome. Me hear you. Belshazzar, whilst he tested the wine, commanded to bring the golden and silver vessels which his father Nebuchadnezzar had taken out of the temple which was in Jerusalem. But Belshazzar is Daniel. Now, why refer to Nebuchadnezzar as in father? Because Nebuchadnezzar is the king. So I guess Daniel has gotten so close to him because he has made Daniel into a governor. Daniel feel like calling him his father, you know, not father as in biological father, but let's continue. Which his father Nebuchadnezzar had taken out of the temple which was in Jerusalem, that the king and his princes, his wives, and his concubines might drink therein. Then they brought the golden vessels that were taken out of the temple of the house of God, which was at Jerusalem, and the king and his princes, his wives, and his concubines drank from them. They drank wine and praised the gods of gold and of silver, of brass, of iron, of wood, and of stone. In the same hour came forth fingers of a man's hand, and wrote over against the candlestick upon the plaster of the wall of the king's palace. And the king saw the part of the hand that wrote. All right, and follow me, So the King Nebuchadnezzar has made a great feast, and everybody is gathered at this feast, and he is using all the vessels that he had stolen from Israel. Because remember, when he destroyed Israel and burned it down, he took everything that was of value, all the gold and silver, vessels. Remember, the temple was very rich, and had all these, signs of wealth, of the wealth of Israel. All these vessels were made of gold and silver and brass. Nebuchadnezzar didn't burn them up, he took them for himself and brought them into Babylon. So you know what, this feast, he's having them drink out of these golden and brass vessels. And then there was a hand that was writing on the wall of the palace. Verse 5 says, in the same hour came forth fingers of a man's hand, and wrote over against the candlestick upon the plaster of the wall of the king's palace. And the king saw the part of the hand that wrote. Then the king's face was changed, and his thoughts troubled him, so that the joints of his loins were loosed, and his knees smote one against the other. So Nebuchadnezzar two knee them start knocked together when he saw this hand that was writing on the wall. The king cried aloud to bring in the astrologers, the Chaldeans, and the soothsayers. And the king spake and said to the wise men of Babylon, whosoever shall read this writing and tell me the interpretation of it shall be clothed with a scarlet, and have a chain of gold around his neck, and shall be the third ruler in the kingdom. Then came in all the king's wise men, but they could not read the writing, nor make known to the king the interpretation of the writing. Who this? Jenna Wade. Well, Jenna Wade said my aunt is a minister and just went over this with me, being able to translate dreams. And you got anything out of it you want to share? I don't know about the translation of dreams. I'm sure there are people who can translate dreams, because I tell you, those of you who have been following me for a minute, you all know that I do get some really prophetic dreams. And when I get these dreams sometimes, you see how Nebuchadnezzar need them a shake, I saw when me get some dreams, sometimes me need them shake. Me too need them knocked together. Knocked together when I wake up and be like, what? What the heck I just dreamt? Yeah, same like when I need them a knocked together. Same time I need them knocked together sometimes. When me get some dreams, I have to ask myself, say, really? And sometimes, many times, my dreams come true. Many, many times they come true. And if they don't come through directly, they come through so close that I feel as though I was forewarned in the dream. Anyway, so she was telling me the power of dreams. It's in the Bible. Yeah, the Bible does talk about dreams, and these ancient people who wrote the Bible, they spoke a lot about having spiritual encounters. And most of these encounters were had in their dreams. And that is why I am always fascinated when I hear people say stuff that they have dreamt, because I know that when I close my eyes and I see something, I can guarantee you that, as my granny would have said, it not so. It has a meaning. It just that sometimes me just don't know the meaning. Me cannot interpret it. Me don't know what to do with it. Some just dream. Sometimes me write down the dreams when me wake up, and other times I'm just like, you know what? Let me just go on. Let me just go and live here, man, because me can't interpret them dreams here. Yeah, so dreams are very powerful. Some people want to ignore dreams and just say, oh, dream. I just you go to sleep and you're going to your REM and you decide that. Yeah, but trust me, dreams are very powerful. That is true. All right. So make we continue. So now Nebuchadnezzar's knees are shaking because there's a writing on the wall, and he don't know what this writing is. It's a man's hand that's writing on the wall. He don't know, and nobody at this big party knows what is being written on the wall. Verse 8, then came in all the king's wise men, but they could not read the writing, nor make known to the king the interpretation of it. Then was King Belshazzar greatly troubled, and his countenance was changed, and his lords were astonished. Now the queen, by reason of the words of the king and his lords, came into the banquet house, and the queen spake and said, O king, live forever. Let not thy thoughts trouble thee, nor let thy countenance be changed. Kim, how are you doing, my love? There is a man in thy kingdom, in whom is the spirit of the holy gods, and in the days of thy father, light and understand and wisdom, like the wisdom of the gods, was found in him, whom the king Nebuchadnezzar, thy father, the king, I say thy father, made master of the magicians, astrologers, Chaldeans, and soothsayers. Now the queen this attack, you know. Verse 12. For as much as an excellent spirit and knowledge and understanding, interpreting of dreams and showing of hard sentences and dissolving of doubts were found in the same Daniel, whom the king named Belshazzar. Now let Daniel be called, and he will show you the interpretation. Now remember, Daniel was the interpreter of dreams. Daniel, you could tell Daniel your dream, and he could interpret it and tell you exactly what it means. So now the queen say, let Daniel tell us what is being written on the wall, because him can't interpret dreams. Then was Daniel brought in before the king, and the king spake and said unto Daniel, art thou that Daniel, which art of the children of the captivity of Judah, whom the king my father brought up out of Jewry? I have even heard of thee, that the spirit of the gods is in thee, and that light and understanding and excellent wisdom is found in thee. And now the wise men, the astrologers, have been brought in before me, that they should read this writing and make known unto me the interpretation of it. But they could not show the interpretation of the thing. And I have heard of thee that thou canst make interpretations and dissolve doubts. Now, if thou canst read the writing and make known to me the interpretation of it, thou shalt be clothed with scarlet and have a chain of gold about thy neck, and shall be the third ruler of the kingdom. All right. So you all understand when I say Jenna, wait, I went ahead of the story because my auntie just told me this. Okay. Okay, yes. So here, that's fine. You can go ahead of the story. We understand. We understand. I appreciate you. I appreciate your response, my love. Yeah. So now, here them sent for Daniel to come and interpret this writing on the wall, just like one can interpret dreams. But you see, as I said before, Nebuchadnezzar never give you nothing without getting something. Whether you disagree with me when I spoke about how Jeremiah was given all these gifts by Nebuchadnezzar, and I said that screams to me that Jeremiah's preaching that Israel was going to be destroyed was no prophecy. It was Jeremiah's conspiracy with Nebuchadnezzar to destroy Israel. And because of what Jeremiah preached to the people and how Jeremiah influenced the people who had moved out to move back and made them sitting ducks for Nebuchadnezzar to destroy, because he was so instrumental in Nebuchadnezzar's success in destroying Israel. That's why Nebuchadnezzar gave him all the gifts he gave him. He never gave Jeremiah them gifts because he was kind. We based on the reading. Remember saying, me, I make up these things in the people. So those of you who getting upset, and me, I make it up. And what the Bible say? In the Bible it there. But just read it out loud. Cause me bright. I'm audacious. Yeah. So when Nebuchadnezzar gave Jeremiah all these things, so those of you who are fussing at me and say Jeremiah was a great prophet, and me crazy, he said Jeremiah was working undercover with Nebuchadnezzar. Now you see what me talk about. Nebuchadnezzar don't give nothing for nothing. You understand? Here now, him a go promise Daniel again more chain around him neck and canonize him some more if Daniel is able to interpret this writing on the wall. Let's move on. Let's move on. Verse 17, and for those of you who are just coming, we are on the book of Daniel, Daniel chapter 5, verse 17. Then Daniel answered and said before the king, let thy gifts be to thyself, and give thy rewards to another. Yet I will read the writings unto the king, and make known to him the interpretation. So Daniel said, you don't have to give me nothing. Me no want nothing from you. Give it to somebody else, canonize somebody else, but me I go get the interpretation anyway. But you don't have to give me anything. O thou king, the most high God gave Nebuchadnezzar thy father a kingdom and majesty and glory and honor. And for the majesty that he gave him, all people, nations, and languages trembled and feared before him, whom he would he slew. Right? I must some type of this, because that not sound right, people. Let me read the word just like it is on the page in front of me. And tell me if it sound like it makes sense there. So Verse 19 of chapter 5. And for the majesty that he gave him, all people, nations, and languages trembled and feared before him, whom he slew. Something wrong there, so. Something wrong there, so. And whom he kept alive. Okay. So whomever he would slay. Get it? And whoever he would keep alive. That means that he has the authority to slay who he wants to slay and to make whoever he wants to continue living. Wanna get it? Yes, there are some typos. Yes, there are some typos. And I understand that there are some typos, and also sometimes the organization of the words, the arrangement of the words might be different from our understanding of how we would arrange the words based on how we would want to say something. And I acknowledge that. So sometimes I'm a little bit stumped, but I'm not afraid for telling us that sometimes I don't have a clue. Sometimes based on how the words are arranged in the sentence, I have to read it 3, 4, 5, 11 times. Yes, and twist it around so and tell my mind to think about it differently so that I can understand it. So here I've done that with this here that was stumbling me a little bit. It says, whom he slew. That means whomever he desired to slay, he would slay. And whomever he desired to continue living, he would allow them to live. And whom he would be set up, and whom he would put down. But when his heart was lifted up, and his mind hardened in pride, he was deposed from his kingly throne, and they took his glory from him. And he was driven from the sons of men, and his heart was made like the beasts, and his dwelling was with the wild asses. They fed him with grass like oxen, and his body was wet with the dew of heaven, till he knew that the Most High God ruled in the kingdom of men, and that he appointed over it whomsoever he will. Kim, how are you doing? Bless up yourself. Andrea! Where and say, who took his glory from him? Me no know. Good morning, Andrea. How are you doing, my love? Good to see you. Happy Saturday morning to you, my love. Verse 22. And thou, his son, O Belshazzar, hast not humbled thine heart, though thou knewest all this, but hast lifted up thyself against the Lord of heaven. And they have brought the vessels of his house before thee, and thou and thy lords, thy wives, thy concubines have drunk wine in them, and thou hast praised the gods of gold and silver, of brass, of iron, of wood and stone, which see not, nor hear, nor know, and the God in whose hand thy breath is, and whose are all thy ways, thou hast not glorified. So you see all these things what Daniel has said to him? Yeah. The God who put breath in you. Bless up yourself, Kim. How are you doing? Yes. So he's saying to him, you put all of your glory in gold and silver and brass and stone and wood and all these things. But the God who give you breath, you refuse to acknowledge. Verse 24. Then was the part of the hand sent from him. Remember the hand that was writing on the wall, that's the hand they're talking about. Was sent from him, and this writing was written. And this is the writing that was written. M-E-N-E T-E-K-L-U-P-H-A-R-S-I-N. Meeny, tekel, upharsin. This is the interpretation of the thing. Meany, M-E-N-E, God hath numbered thy kingdom and finished it. That's what he said meany means. God hath numbered thy kingdom and finished it. Tekel, T-E-K-E-L, thou art weighed in the balances and are found wanting. And then verse 28. But verse 28, it just have P-E-R-E-S. But that wasn't one of the words that they said was written on the wall. Hold on, the people. I want to understand this. We're doing this together. So the writing on the wall was meeny, tekel, upharsin, right? In the interpretation, he says meany means God hath numbered thy kingdom and finished it. Tekel, he says, thou art weighed in the balances and art found wanting. That means you come up short. Put up on the scale. We put you up on the scale. And you know, yeah, your weight kind of short. Your weight come up short. But now in verse 28, it says P-E-R-E-S instead of U-P-H-A-R-S-I-N. Why? But anyway, we're going to continue. So in verse 28, it says P-E-R-E-S. Thy kingdom is divided and given to the Medes and the Persians. Well, right yesterday, not right. If you don't get what I'm saying. If it's giving me the meaning of the writing on the wall, and it says the writing on the wall says meeny, tekel, upharsin, and it's giving me the meaning word for word. Why it changed the third word? Why is the third word changed? The third word is U-P-H-A-R-S-I-N. And when they're giving me the interpretation, it says P-E-R-E-S. Thy kingdom is divided and given to the Medes and the Persians. All right? It's not me said people at the Bible. I know me. And when me express my confusion too, no, or my concerns with the inconsistencies that I'm reading here, I want to get upset. I don't know why I want to get upset with me, like I'm me write the Bible. I'm not to get upset with me. But anyway, I want to read it to myself. I want to go ask on the pastor. I see if the pastor have an answer for you know. Because he definitely will find an answer for you know. Because we have to come to our offering today and tomorrow. But anyway, let us continue. Verse 29. Then commanded Belshazzar, and they clothed Daniel with scarlet, and put a chain of gold around his neck, and made a proclamation concerning him that he should be the third ruler in the kingdom. In that night was Belshazzar, the king of the Chaldees, slain. Huh? And Darius the Median took the kingdom, being about 62 years old. How the story just jumped to that? This story kind of, did the story just suddenly jump to a death, people? Me not get it right there, so. Hold on, let me read this again. Because here they're in the palace. There's a writing on the wall. They don't understand what the writing is saying. Them say, Jenna said, oh, them just kill off the man so fast. Exactly. Like, I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, I wasn't expecting it, Jenna. But so me have to go back now and go read. Because just now they were in the palace. They were having this great feast. They was eating and drinking out of all these lovely vintage vessels that they had stolen out of Israel. That's what they were eating and drinking out of. Then the writing was coming on the wall. He wanted an interpretation of the writing. Them say call Daniel. Daniel come. Daniel give them interpretation. Then he canonized Daniel to being the third. But you don't notice, is it that they're talking about two Belshazzar? Come on, people. Are they talking about two Belshazzar here? Because remember, Nebu then all of a sudden, them I talk about Daniel interpreting the writing on the wall. Then boof, him dead. Oh. Me not get it. Me not get it. And people when me not get something, me have to read it again. Right, Carter? Me have to read it again because I want to understand. It's clear to me by my reading that there are two different Belshazzar. Do you all get that understanding based on the reading? Because remember, them not talk about Daniel and the lion then yet, you know. Even though I told you all that I was going to try to sort of forget about what I've been taught all my life and just read, but sometimes I have to really go back on what I know previously before I started this journey. In the book of Daniel, we haven't read yet that Daniel is in the lion's den. Therefore, it couldn't be Daniel that them just kill. Right? Andrea said the plan was made and it was executed. Yeah. Carlton said are two different people. That's the feeling I'm getting, Carlton. Make we read it again. Make we read it again. Remember, so we are reading not just for call words, you know. And as much as my audacious, me not just read it because me want to contradict or anything. I'm reading it because I want to get an understanding, and I'm just sharing this journey with you all. So I know me know nothing. Me not really know nothing when it come on to the Bible. But just I read it so that we can, we can read together. Okay, all right. See, that's why I like to share stuff because I want information. People, I love you. Thank you, Carlton. You see what Carlton said right there, so? Carlton said there is Belshazzar and Belteshazzar. You see? Right there, so. Thank you so much, Carlton, for that. So let me look again. Let me look again to see which part them talk about the bell and the belt. You see, that's why it's important to keep it, to read, important to read it. Because if you not read it, you're not going to understand it for yourself. Which part me there? Which part them talk about Belshazzar? All right. Let's go back again to verse 12. For as much as an excellent spirit and knowledge and understanding, interpreting of dreams, and showing of hard sentences, and dissolving of doubts, were found in the same Daniel whom the king named Belteshazzar. Okay. Me realize there are two people, but me didn't realize there are two different names. So thank you, Daniel. So from the context, I realized that it must have been two different people they're talking about. But surely, me never see say this a one here. Daniel, we only want to write this because I read and write, Daniel is Belteshazzar. That's a Daniel. So Daniel is the belt. Oh, you just learned. That is the thing. That is why I am pleased to do this out loud. You understand? So I can fumble, and as I fumble and try to catch up myself. If you were fumbling too, we try to catch up ourselves together. Yeah, and we are trying to do this as respectful as possible. Yeah. So here we go. So that was Belshazzar. And then over here, so now was Belshazar. Belshazzar. So there was the bell and there was the belt. The belt was Daniel. Okay. Carlton, enough respect. I appreciate you, my love. All right. Make we go on now. I'm going to read back verse 26, chapter 5 and verse 26. This is the interpretation of the thing. Meaning God hath numbered thy kingdom and finished it. Tekel, thou art weighed in the balances and art found wanting. Peres, P-E-R-E-S, thy kingdom is divided and given to the Medes and the Persians. Then commanded Belshazzar, and they clothed Daniel with scarlet and put a chain of gold around his neck and made a proclamation concerning him that he should be the third ruler in the kingdom. In that night was Belshazzar, the king of the Chaldees, slain. And Darius the Median took the kingdom before being about 62 years old. So why them just kill him so? What them kill him for? So them canonized Daniel, put some more gold around his neck, and then they slew Belshazzar, who was the king of the Chaldeans. But hold on then. When Nebuchadnezzar had first canonized Daniel, he made Daniel ruler over a whole area, or over a whole area. Let me see. Carlton says that was the division of the kingdom from the dream. Okay, so Daniel says, in some say chapter 4, verse 19. What chapter 4, verse 19 say in some? Chapter 4, verse 19 said, then Daniel, whose name was Belshazzar. Oh, yeah. Yeah, me get that. Carlton said that was the division of the kingdom from the dream. Okay. So from the dream, the division that Daniel had told him about, that told Nebuchadnezzar about, this is now coming to pass. The division of the kingdom. Is that what you're saying? The amazing M&G is in the place. Bless up your nice clean self, sis. How you doing? Okay, Carlton, I get you. So Carlton is saying the division of the kingdom of which Daniel spoke when he had interpreted the dream for Nebuchadnezzar. This is that division coming to pass with now this Belshazzar being slain and Darius taking over. How are you doing, my love? Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. So we're going, you see, we read this man and we learn something. Yeah, we learn something. Thank you, Carlton. Bless up yourself. Thank you so much. All right. We're moving right along into chapter 6. Chapter 6 of the book of Daniel. That's where we're at. Chapter 6 of the book of Daniel. It pleased Darius to set over the kingdom 120 princes, which should be over the whole kingdom. And over these 3 presidents, of whom Daniel was first, that the princes might give accounts unto them, and the king should have no damage. Verse 3, then this Daniel was preferred above the presidents and princes, because an excellent spirit was in him, and the king thought to set him over the whole realm. All right. Daniel said, I can't go to chapter 6 yet. All right, my pause, Carlton. Carlton said, I can't go to chapter 6 yet. All right, my pause. What else are we going to say? Talk to me in the chat. Carlton, and tell me what else we're going to say about chapter 5. Since you said we can't go to chapter, we can't go to chapter 6 yet. Tell me what else should we explore in chapter 5? Andrea, MMG, what's up? If you hear me talking to somebody else, may I talk to somebody else somewhere else? I'm talking to somebody else someplace else. So don't worry yourself. Don't worry yourself. Yeah. Talk to me, Carlton. Because me don't know what else to say about chapter 5. Yeah. I think it just says itself right there. So I don't know what else to say. Talk to me quick before me start reach chapter 6 some more. Or we have to go revisit chapter 5. Is that what you're saying, or what's the deal with that? I might have to use a phone and forget look at additional light, because I don't know. There is much more to say. Then tell me now. Tell me what else it is that you want me, stimulate my mind. Let me see what else can I think of what is written here in what I just read in chapter 5. Because you said we can't move on to chapter 6 yet. Tell me. Because we are right here. It talks about the division of the kingdom into the Medes and the Persians. So we want to read some more now to find out how that division of, if you read the previous text, which one? Let me see. Hold on. Where you said that was the division of the kingdom from the dream. Yeah, me see that. What else did it say? That was the division of the kingdom from the dream. Yes, can't go to chapter 6 yet. Much more. Read my previous text. Me think me read all of your text them. Me think me read all of your text them. Where's my favorite read? Okay. Oh yeah, I'll get ready for work now. 5 o'clock. We got the same time, right, MG? I think we do. It's almost 5 o'clock for me. It's 4 minutes till 5 in the morning. For the weekend, me know say a whole lot of people come down for the Bob Marley thing. So me can imagine say you're very busy. People them coming for the Bob Marley premiere thing, and them I try to explore Portland, and yeah, use one stone kill many birds. Yeah, so I can imagine how busy you are, my dear sister. You be safe now. All right. Yeah. So all right, we'll continue. We'll continue. Take me up with that again, Carlton. I would be more than happy for us to explore it, and and talk about it some more. But for right now, we may as well just go on to chapter 6. Right, lovely people? Yeah. we are going to start over chapter 6. It pleased Darius. It pleased Darius to set over the kingdom 120 princes. If you go on ahead, all right, we are going right through. It pleased Darius to set over the kingdom 120 princes, which should be over the whole kingdom. All right, so this kingdom now, that is the kingdom that Darius has just assumed, that Daniel has just assumed from the slaying of Belshazzar and him taking over. Okay, so him think it is wise to place 120 princes over the whole kingdom and over these 3 presidents, of whom Daniel was first. Now remember, Daniel was canonized by King Nebuchadnezzar. So him is also a great leader down there in Babylon. Daniel was first, and the princes might give accounts unto them, and the king should have no damage. Then this Daniel was preferred above the presidents and princes, because an excellent spirit was in him. And the king thought to set him over the whole realm. Then the presidents and princes sought to find occasion against Daniel concerning the kingdom. So them did jealous. MG say yes, sister, I have guests. I can imagine you have lots of guests at the villas at this time, my darling. Then the presidents and princes sought to find occasion against Daniel concerning the kingdom, but they could find none occasion nor fault. Obviously, just me thinking ahead. I slay them want to slay him now, say bad mind and jealousy coming in right now. So they want to slay Daniel because he is liked. He's one of those people who are likable. So somebody say Belshazzar was the son of Nabonidus. But me not read about Nabonidus yet. Remember saying I'm reading as I am reading. Me never hear the name the Nabonidus before. So me can't refer him because I never hear him name before. Okay. So we are gonna take our time and go and read and absorb the information as we get it. But we're not gonna jump ahead of ourselves and be confused. Because I don't want no more confusion from the Bible, I don't want no more. Just my brain can't take no more. So so let me take my time and read little by little. Read little by little and see my brain can absorb it little by little and me learn as me go along. And I appreciate those of you in the chat who are helping me along. I appreciate it. All right, make we continue. Then the presidents and princes sought to find occasion against Daniel concerning the kingdom, but they could find none occasion nor fault. For as much as he was faithful, neither was there any error or fault found in him. Then said these men, we shall not find any occasion against this Daniel, except we find it against him concerning the law of his God. So them not find nothing wrong with Daniel himself pertaining to what he's doing there in Babylon. The only problem they have with him is the God with him worship. All right. Verse 6. Then these presidents and princes assembled together to the king. And they said this to King Darius, live forever. All the presidents of the kingdom, the governors and the princes, the counselors and the captains have consulted together to establish a royal statute and to make a firm decree that whoever shall ask a petition of any god or man for 30 days, save of thee, O king, ye shall be cast into the den of lions. You get that? So the people them know them secretly, like Daniel, them want to get rid of Daniel. So you hear the plan where them come up with. Them praise the king because they see them have to caress the king's ego, to get the king to do what they want him to do. They gotta caress his ego. So them caress Darius's ego. There's no king as great as you, Darius. Yeah? You're nice, you're sweet. Hear what I want you to do for me. We want you to make a decree that for the next 30 days, anybody who asks any favors of any god or man aside from you, we are going to throw them in the lions. They make a lion name them. Okay? Remember, them say they have no problem with Daniel, The only one problem they have with Daniel is the God that Daniel served. Because remember, Daniel is a Jew. So Daniel is not bowing down to these statues that they have down there that they are worshiping. Daniel is worshiping his God based on his Jewish beliefs. Okay? That's why they're making damn grass. That's why they make cactus and damn grass. I live out a door with the nail them grow long like claw. And he here coming like feather. Coming like thick and matted like bird feather. But anyway, mixing with the muffats in the plate, bless up in our skin self, mixing with the muffats, yeah. I wonder what else y'all mix with this morning. Mix up. Of course, yes. You're not telling a lie either. Thou shalt not lie. You could me see enough time pass through, and you think something else see you like you're screechy, a tiptoe pass. Me see you. Welcome, my brother. How you doing? Blessed Saturday morning to you. You don't understand how me live this time. How are you, man? How are you? Me come live. Me have to use up the times in the day, England, what kind of England? I'm gonna live in England. It's 5 o'clock in the morning, right here on the east coast of the United States. That's where we live. Yeah, it is 5 o'clock in the morning. Me up early. Me not have no special time. Me not have no special time to up. You think say only you one can up this time of morning? Me mean up when me say up. But anyway, anybody when some say me late. So him late. I don't know, me late, I must him late. No, I know my fat, you're one of my biggest fan. I always see a screechy by me. So watching now. Me know, man. Me know my people there, me know. Me know my people there, me know when me see them. When me not see them, me know them. Me know my people there, man. Me know my people there who we've been rocking together. We've been rocking together for a long time. A long time we rock together and mixing. About 3 years now. A long time we rock together in the internet world. That is a lifetime. Trust me, you rock with somebody on the internet for 3 years, 4 years, that's a lifetime in internet terms. Trust me. Because them people are not real, Sometimes you see them people are on 2 toes. You not see them again. You understand? People not roll with it. If you say something and people not like it, where you said today, them could have did like 1 million sitting where you did say before. And you say one something today, bigger, and them not like it. Them act like say the world done. Them done with you, them scrub you. Them done with you. Me just like, and that is why me tap like very rarely. It's on a very rare occasion. I mean, like say black somebody. That's somebody that have to go out of them way. That's somebody that have to go out of them way for you try style me or something, for me really just block you and cut you. But otherwise, you saw me mean, bigger. Otherwise, you have your opinion. You state your opinion. You say what you want to say, and this is the internet. And it open for all of us. And this is the world where all of us is entitled. Yeah, we are all entitled to our opinions. And we are, yeah, the world belongs to all of us, people. Despite what some might believe. The world belongs to all of us. So we just go on all ourselves. But not even know where the black button there. Yeah, sometimes some people want to, start in some certain way. You just block them just to maintain your peace. But oftentimes, we don't block people. But I them say what them want to say. I just say something I don't agree with. If you say something ugly, I'm have to do a video and tell you my mind. Me tell you me do my mind and me go have a business because I'm not block you. Mumford say I only know the white button. You only know the white button. You only know the what color button? Yeah, sighting. Good morning. Bless up yourself. How you doing? Good morning. You come in at the right time, sighting. You come at the right time and you're at the right place. This hours of the morning. Yeah. So, yeah, we are reading the good old Bible. We are reading the good old Bible this morning here. And we have to break, we have to do some intermittent chatting sometimes, right in the middle of it. Oh, what Bigger say? But if you have full control over yourself, you won't worry about them. That's exactly what I say. That's exactly what I say. Me not worry about them at all. Them free if you make their opinion known. Yeah, me not ask them things when they show them what they think they me get her. No, yes, me shame her. Shame me. Shame me. Oh, that must be your mother. Your shame I can't me. If I saw your mother raise you, good for you. You have to catch 2 scripture before you go to bed. All right, let me read 2 scripture for you before you go back to your bed. Let me read it for you. We're there, Daniel chapter 6. Daniel chapter 6 and verse 8. Now, O king, establish the decree and sign the writing, that it be not changed, according to the law of the Medes and Persians, which alters not. Uno know say the kingdom, no destruction. All right. Uno know say the kingdom, oftentimes the laws that they make are not really coming from them, and the people around them bring it up. Uno remember when we were reading the book of Esther? Uno remember with the story with Mordecai? Remember, it wasn't if you're easy, you need to work on yourself. Exactly, Bigo. Bigo said if you're easily triggered, you need to work on yourself. Exactly. It not bother me one bit what people want to say. Remember the story of Esther and the story with Mordecai? Yeah, remember? And the people them around the kings who tell them what laws to make. Because remember that man, what the man name, what them did hang in the place of Mordecai. Remember he was very close to the king, and he had asked the king to make this law that anybody who not bow down to him should be hung on the gallows. Remember? So it wasn't the king who come up with it. It was this guy who told the king to do that because he wanted to slay Mordecai, because Mordecai did not bow down to him like everybody else. When he was coming into the kingdom every morning, Mordecai sat at the gate. And when he was coming in every morning, everybody bowed down to him. Yes, Bakramasa. Glory Bakramasa. And Mordecai would not. So the people around the king who come up with these things and get the king to agree with them. Okay, somebody named Sighting at the chat saying is a king. Of course, everybody, a king now no one rights. The people influence the law. Exactly. Yes, I'm to stay beautiful. All right. And the people over here so say no destruction. All right, you don't want no destruction. No destruction. Verse 9 of chapter 6. Wherefore King Darius signed the writing and the decree. Now, when Daniel knew that the writing was signed, he went into his house, and his windows were open, and he was in his chamber, being open in his chamber towards Jerusalem. He kneeled upon his knees 3 times a day and prayed, and gave thanks before his God, and as he did before aforetime. And this aforetime means that's the same way he did it, like he did it before this decree was signed. Okay? All that, give me one rose. Bless up yourself, Moffat. Thanks for the rose. I want me to smell it. Okay. Thank you so much. Shay, Skin and Beauty, bless up yourself. Good morning. All right. As he had done before time. Okay. Let's continue. Then these men assembled, and they found Daniel praying and making supplications before his God. Then they came near, and they spoke before the king concerning the king's decree. As thou hast signed a decree, that every man that shall ask a petition of any god or man within 30 days, save of thee, O king, shall be cast into the den of lions? And the king answered and said, yes, that is true, according to the law of the Medes and the Persians, which alters not. Okay. For those of you who are slow, I am here to accommodate everybody, the slow and the fast. So, right here, so, remember, Daniel was a captive from Israel. But Daniel continued, even in the captivity, he continued to worship his Jewish God. Even though from him having been able to interpret the dream for Nebuchadnezzar, Nebuchadnezzar had canonized him into a ruler, he still continued to praise his Jewish God. Okay? So now that Darius has taken over a part of the kingdom in Babylon, these people, they want to overthrow Daniel because Daniel is a Jew. So here they said, they don't have no problem with Daniel's laws and rules. The only problem they have with Daniel is the God that he worships. That's the only problem. So they might try now to devise a way how to overthrow Daniel. And since they cannot overthrow him on his own recognizance of the laws that he upholds, they might go try to overthrow him religiously. You understand? So that insurrection here, what they might plan. You accommodate the slow and the fast. Exactly. All right, going back to bed. Love you, my darling. I will talk to you later. You understand? I will talk to you later. So something say, if you don't understand Hebrew people. What that mean? So if me not understand Hebrew people, and the Bible me I read, who about Hebrew people to understand? I've read all the way to Daniel. Me understand them. Now them write the Bible here, so. Yeah, them write the Bible here, so. That's what I talk about. We not divert from this figure go investigate who are Hebrew, who are true Hebrew, who are this. We not divert from this to go accommodate that. You understand me? And this way I read. This what's given to us as our moral compass. It we are read. So if you have something else where you are reading, you're going to read that. Right now, this is what we are reading. All right? Maybe if you go read the book of Moses, well, I'll sit on one side. But anyway, make we continue. So the people them So the people them know a plan of overthrow Daniel. Verse 13 says, Then answered they and said before the king. You see that Daniel, which is of the children of the captivity of Judah, regarding not thee, O king, nor the decree that you have signed, but makes his petition 3 times a day. Of course, Daniel was Hebrew. Daniel was a Jew. Well, of course, yes, he was citing. Remember, he was captured from Israel and brought into Babylon. Yeah, we're up on the same page, my love. We're up on the same page. We're up on the same page, yeah. Let us continue. We're up on the same page. Let's move on. Let's move on. Then the king, when he heard these words, was sore displeased with himself. So the king realized that he had been duped, that the people who come tell him, say, to make this decree, now he realized, say, it was targeted. They were targeting Daniel. So here them come back, come tell him, King, you remember say you did make the decree and say nobody not to ask no favors from no other God or man except from you for the next 30 days. But you see the one Daniel, him still in our house. I pray 3 times a day. And I pray to in God, from the God when I talk to over Israel, the God he was serving when he was in Israel. What you have to say about that? Remember, so the laws of the Medes and the Persians don't change, you know. So you make the decree already, so them are going to be thrown in the fire. So what you have to say about Daniel? You know, see? Let's continue. Then answered they and said before the king, that Daniel, which is of the children of the captivity of Judah, regarded not thee, O king, nor the decree that thou hast signed, but maketh his petition 3 times a day. Then the king, when he heard these words, he was sore displeased with himself, and set his heart on Daniel to deliver him. And he labored till the going down of the sun to deliver him. And I hear this? Okay. So here, the king now is actually disappointed in himself that he make them people that trick him. Yeah. So now he wants to save Daniel. Andrew Goff, bless up yourself. It's not the first time I said that name there. Bless up yourself. So the king is now disappointed in himself because these people have tricked him. Yeah. Why I say citing? Citing, you write one whole heap of writings there, so keep writing. I appreciate it. Yeah. Keep writing. Chef Andre Davis, Chef, Chef. What's going on, Chef? How you doing? A long time I didn't see you. What's up? How you doing? That is my friend, Chef Andre. A long time we are rolling, you know. A long time we are rolling together. We've been rolling since they are like since we're on the tube at like 50, 30. How are you doing, my love? Good to see you. Blessing sighting. Sighting says shalom. Shalom sightings. Shalom. All right. Let us continue, guys. When we get to the book Bible or Google Bible and read with me. Yeah, we are on the book of Daniel. We are on the book of Daniel. Daniel chapter 6. We're reading. All right. Let us continue. Yeah, yes, Chef. That's the way we roll. We continuing to roll together, my love. Okay, let me continue. Let me see how the king is going to deliver himself now. Let's see how the king is going to deliver himself. Then these men assembled unto the king and said unto the king, Know, O king, that the law of the Medes and Persians is that no decree nor statute which the king established may be changed. Then the king commanded, and they brought Daniel and cast him into the den of lions. Now the king spake and said unto Daniel, Thy God whom thou servest continually, he will deliver thee. A king is never voted in. Him just take over, right? Let's continue. Verse 17. And a stone was brought and laid upon the mouth of the den, and the king sealed it with his own signet and with the signet of his lords, that the purpose might not be changed concerning Daniel. Then the king went to his palace and passed the night fasting. Neither were instruments of music brought before him, and his sleep went from him. So after the king obeyed the law and them throw Daniel in the lions den, the king went home and he was so bereaved by it that he didn't sleep all night. He didn't eat and he didn't sleep the whole night. You know, at nights, they would play the music and the bands would gather and stuff for the king for the night. None of that never happened that night. Verse 19, and then the king arose early the next morning and went in haste to the lion's den. And when he came to the den, he cried with a lamentable voice unto Daniel. And the king spake and said to Daniel, O Daniel, servant of the living God, is thy God, whom thou servest continually, able to deliver thee from the lions? Then said Daniel unto the king, O king, live forever. My God that sent his angel, and that shut the mouths of the lions, that they may not hurt me, for as much as before him innocency was found in me, and also before thee, O king, have I done no hurt. Then was the king exceedingly glad for him, and commanded that they should take Daniel out of the den. So Daniel was taken up out of the den, and no manner of hurt was found upon him, because he believed in his God. And the king commanded, and they brought those men which had accused Daniel, and they cast them into the lion's den, them, their children, and their wives, and the lions had the mastery of them, and break all their bones in pieces, or ever they came at the bottom of the den. Then King Darius wrote unto all people, nations, and languages that dwell in all the earth, peace be multiplied unto you. Verse 26. I make a decree that in every dominion of my kingdom men tremble and fear before the God of Daniel. For he is the living God, and steadfast forever, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed, and his dominion shall be even unto the end. He delivers and rescues, and he works signs and wonders in heaven and in earth. Who hath delivered Daniel from the power of the lions? Verse 28, and this is the last verse of chapter 6. So this Daniel prospered in the reign of Darius, and in the reign of Cyrus the Persian. All right. This is the end of the reading of Daniel chapter 6. All right. Here we see Daniel being thrown into the lion's den and the lions not eating him. I don't want to be a skeptic. I don't want to rain upon nobody's parade. Right? But have you ever seen people in the lion's company and the lion not eat them? Why you don't think the lion never eat Daniel? You think so because him pray? He was praying to his God. You don't think so? It could be. Lion them just never hungry. It could be that, I mean, it seemed it wasn't feeding time. The lions would have already been fed. And also, that was, if I remember correctly, like the first time that me hear to them or not exactly citing all the possibilities exist, you know, all the possibilities exist. It could also, when I think about them having had lions in dens, if you have lions in dens, that means you have to feed the lion them, right? It just probably wasn't feeding time. Maybe they don't feed the lion them at night. Because clearly it was the nighttime that Daniel was put in there. Because remember the king said, after I rolled the stone in front of the den, he couldn't sleep. The whole night he couldn't sleep, he couldn't eat, he didn't want no music, no nothing. He was just praying that nothing would happen to Daniel. Because the king really liked Daniel. So several things could happen. You believe what you want to believe. I'm just reading the Bible. I'm not trying to sway anybody's belief from one way to the next. I am just reading the Bible so that at least I can say, me did I listen to Trevor and should I read the Bible, or we'd read so and so in the Bible at this part of the Bible, so you can go back and read it for yourself and make your own determination as to what the Bible is saying. You understand? Yeah. So where did he was favored? Yes, Daniel was indeed favored. So that makes me even think, when the king said him roll the stone in the front of the den, I'm wondering if that stone where I'm rolling in front of the den was in front of the exit where the lions would come out and have access to Daniel. Me don't know. Because he said he rolled that stone in the front of the den. So could it be, because remember the king was very disappointed that he had to follow the law and put Daniel in the lion's den. He never wanted to do it. Because he realized that the people who had told him to make this law, they were targeting Daniel. And Daniel was his favorite. So he did not want to have to comply. But he knew that if he did not comply with this decree that he had made and he showed favoritism to Daniel, that wasn't going to be good for him and his rule. So I wonder if yes, I think, you have to open your mind and be willing to entertain new ideas. You can't just be one track mind and just going like this. So it makes me wonder, did the king do something to ensure that the lions did not eat Daniel? It is possible. It is possible, because we get from the reading the sentiment of favor for Daniel from the king. Okay, so anyway, or The lions weren't hungry, or as sightings say, God really did shut the mouth of the lions. All right. So all possibilities taken. Yeah. If you not believe, if you not believe that, if you not believe that there's a possibility that a God could have held the mouth of the lion shut and make them not be interested in Daniel, you should not be excluded from this conversation because you do not believe that. You get what I'm saying? You shouldn't be excluded from the conversation, because I know in Christianity they are very dismissive. If you don't believe what they believe, them are the first to call you all kind of heathen and all kind of send you all places in hell and all these things. We're not in that. We're not in that. I am here for open conversation, open thinking. Make your mind work for you. Don't let somebody else's mind work for you. Read and think about what you are reading. And because there are various possibilities, you can't just get up and say, well, God hold the mouth of the lions, and the lion them did not eat Daniel because God hold their mouth. And when somebody else comes forth and say, well, maybe the lions weren't hungry, you say, they're not believing in God, them are eating, them are this, them are that, them are this. No, maybe the lions were not hungry. There are different people. Exactly. And you got to be open. Exactly, Satan. You understand? I grew up where if what you are saying is not in favor of, say, God, if you look at things from a realistic point of view, me always get in trouble with that because I am a realist. I think about things in real terms. I do not think that if you jump off of the roof, whatever happened to you at the end of that fall was predetermined. Nature says if you get that, if you fall from that height, you're gonna get hurt. If you fall from that height and you not get hurt, then that are just you. That are just you. It just never happened then. But that don't mean say me for go take that the risk, knowing that the reality exists. That if me try to do that, I got broke foot, broke and broke head, do all of that. Okay. Sighting say he had lions all around him. The lion them never hungry. You know, don't you see people all the time in serious situations and nothing that happened to them? I was watching a news article the other day, and this young girl, she was suicidal and she wanted to take the lives, she wanted to take her life. But she had her two friends in the car. And she pressed the gas and go like over 100 and something miles per hour and slammed the car in something because she was suicidal. And the funny thing is, her friend in the front seat passed away. Her friend in the back seat passed away. And she was suicidal, not do her. She not dead. You understand? So maybe the lions saw him as somebody who needed protection. You're right, exciting. Maybe the lions saw Daniel as somebody who needed protection. Like, we don't want to eat him. And maybe the way Daniel smell, it wasn't attractive as meat for them. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. But because there are so many possibilities, we have to refrain from condemning each other and just let each other be able to think and think out loud without fear of condemnation. So if your thoughts are like my thoughts, or your thoughts are different from my thoughts, that is perfectly fine. You are welcome to express your thoughts. Yeah, that's your thoughts. And if we all were supposed to think the same, we all would have the same brain, we all would end up having the same profession, the same everything, but we were not meant to think alike. So for those of you out there who feel that if you don't think like the crowd, you are not accepted or you are not acceptable, think the way you want to. Your thoughts are important, just like the thoughts of everybody else. It is yours. Own it. And my thoughts, I have learned a long time ago not to allow people to calm me down and make my thoughts seem invalid. You not invalidate my thoughts all because we don't agree. We may not agree, but that no means say your thoughts are superior to mine. All right, we can have all some exactly side. We can yes, we can be on common ground. You know, we can be on uncommon ground. We don't have to fight. We don't have to argue. It's just that we think differently. All right, no fighting, no arguing. We are different, and it's the differences in life that makes life itself so beautiful. Okay, that's what makes life so beautiful. Your thoughts are different. Of course, we all have different thought sighting. Nothing is wrong with that. It is us as people who make it seem as though our fellow man is wrong when his thoughts do not align with ours. As long as your thoughts are not destructive, you're not going out there and slay people and do all of that, you're fine. Tuck said, we are all part of one light. That's interesting. Tuck said, we are all part of one light. Yeah, different flames, right? One light, different flames. Oh, I like that. I like that. All right. And then with that, guys, we are going to part ways for the morning. When we forward again, we are going to be on a different spectrum. Talk said, without the feet, we cannot walk. We can't walk without feet, you know. We can't walk without feet, you know. Yeah, because walking is moving. Yeah, we can't move without feet. And but the people online without feet, and them a move. But anyway, all part of one light. I like that. I'm going to remember that talk. I'm going to remember that we are all part of one light. But with that, my friends, we are going to come to the end of the reading for this morning. When we forward again tomorrow morning, we will continue reading the book of Daniel. We'll go and read, let me see this. We'll go and read chapter 7 and 8. We're going to read chapter 7 and chapter 8 tomorrow morning when we come back, round about the same time, between 4 and 6. Citing say we are one we put together to be complete. Exactly. So you just read the Bible. No, I not only read the Bible, but I read the Bible first thing in the morning. Yeah, early in the morning, I come and me read. It's not because of any religious conviction. I do not I don't endorse religion or denomination when I come to read the Bible. I come to read the Bible openly because this is my journey to be able to read and understand the Bible as I go along and make myself aware of its contents. So I come here every morning to do just that. And since I'm doing it, I just know that there are people out there in the world who wouldn't mind listening to the Bible being read because them can't be bothered with reading it themselves. So I just decided to read it out aloud and, you know, get people's input because me don't know nothing at all about the Bible. Me don't know. So I just come to read it and read it out aloud so that everybody out there can hear me stumble and fumble over the Bible, the same way how them stumble and fumble in private, and we can talk about it. And like this morning, Carlton, bless up yourself. Carlton was here this morning to help us in our stumblings, to hold my hand a little bit and take me over that Belshazzar and Belshazzar thing, and I appreciate you. Check all writings due to human corruption and manipulation of the text. I know it, but don't read it. Just be good and pure of thought. I love that talk. Yep. Be good and pure in your thoughts and your actions. Blessings amazing, Emanji. Have yourself a great day, love. Winsome, Andrea, AG. Sighting say, I don't mess with truth. Remember, truth can be relative, you know, because your truth, what you consider to be true and what somebody else consider to be true could be different. So truth is relative, you know. There are other religions where people consider what they believe to be true, to be the truth. And then you have your belief that you consider to be true. Neither of you know whether or not you are true, but each of you hold on to your quote unquote truth. So the thing is, what we have to do is to be reasonable in our thoughts. We have to understand that my truth and your truth may not be the same truth. It is based on our socialization. It is based on how we are socialized. You might come across somebody who say, oh, I don't believe in the Bible. You cannot condemn that person for saying that, because that person may not have been socialized to believe that. The person may have some other book that they believe in. Based on how they were socialized and what they were taught, that's what they believe to be true. So we can't condemn people. We have to be accommodating. You believe what you believe, I believe what I believe, and we move right along without any hurt or harm towards each other. It's as simple as that. Servant David, how are you doing? Servant David, how are you feeling? How are you? I was on your live yesterday. You weren't doing too well at all. I know you said you had just come out of the hospital. How are you feeling, my love? I hope you feel better. I hope you're feeling better, my darling. Happy Saturday morning to you. Okay. So as I was saying, it's just like if you enter into some cultures that's different from yours, you will find that the things that they find to be appealing might not be appealing in your culture. You can't go to the people them culture go tell them say what I'm doing is wrong. It's wrong. If you're not kneel down and worship the God where we say they are heaven, you are wrong and you're gonna go to hell. You no need to stop it. You no need to stop it. If the people them kneel down and them worship them rock stone and them worship them tree and respect the people and mind your business. Worship who you want to worship and how you want to worship, but don't go around messing with people, condemning people because of the way they have been socialized. Don't do that. Acting so egocentric that what you think you know and what you think you believe is superior to what other people believe and how they live their lives. Servant D says, I'm a little bit better, getting better slowly. Okay, my darling. Okay. Wonderful. You are so welcome, my love. You are so welcome. Okay. So with that, I'm going to hop out. I'm going to hop out of this morning's reading. When I come back tomorrow, we will continue with the reading of the Bible as we do what we do, as we try to read the Bible for ourselves, and we try to just familiarize ourselves with the stories in the Bible and get to know, what is in the Bible for ourselves. Because whether you want to believe it or not, the people around you, for those of us who are in a Christian society, whether you believe it or not, the people around you are going to use this same Bible to crucify and condemn you, crucify, condemn, and convert you. So it behooves you to know what is in it for yourself, so that when you are crucified, condemned, or converted, you know exactly why. Okay. Have yourselves a great day, everybody. Enjoy your day. It was an absolute pleasure being here with you all. I sincerely appreciate each and every one of you who came into the live this morning. Those of you who commented, those of you who contributed. I think I got some roses this morning. Thank you all so much. I hope you all have yourselves a great, great Saturday. We are not to condemn, but we can tell our God to the right way, but not force it. If they hear, if they hear, then they hear. Okay. All right. If they hear, then they hear. All right. And with that, we close off the live this morning. Have yourselves a great day, everybody. Enjoy yourself and be good to yourself. Be good to those around you. Talk said, I'm here in the Emerald Isles in Atlantis. The Emerald Isles in Atlantis. How were that there? How were that they talked? Well, let me look. Let me grab my phone here. So, in Ireland, well, on there. The only Atlantis me know when me go Bahamas. Me don't know nowhere else. Well, on there. Atlantis. And see come up as Atlantis, Bahamas. I which other Atlantis now me feel look for? Atlantis, Emerald Isle. Emerald Isle. Emerald Isle. Watch out so. Then show me Emerald Isle, North Carolina. What is Jesus? Hold on. Like to look the thing myself. Well, them only show me Emerald Isle, North Carolina. You know what? All right, Emerald Isle, Ireland. Okay. Emerald Isle. Oh, okay. Wonderful. A little island in Europe. The Republic of Ireland occupies most of the island of Ireland off the coast of England and Wales. Its capital, Dublin, is the birthplace of writers like Oscar Wilde and home of Guinness Bear. Oh, that's where you're at. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. You see, when we come on the internet, I always meet people from some weird and strange places that I've never heard of before. Oh, oh, Tonk says Ireland is the original Emerald Isle. The rest are copies. Ah, you're right. Next stop is the next stop to us is USA across the Atlantic Sea. Okay. All right. Well, good. So we had talked here, talk 77 from the Emerald Isles in Ireland. Very nice. All right. Me tell you no goodbye. Every time I say goodbye, me still keep talking. But so, but this time this time, me I gonna say goodbye. This time, I gonna seriously say goodbye. The original. All right. So, I'm gonna say have a good day, guys. I'm gonna see you all later. We are going to come back, and we are going to talk again. All right. So have yourselves a great day, guys. See you all later. And if you don't see me over on the tube, me dey on the talk. All right. So goodbye. Have a great day, guys.